Okay, so I haven't actually documented a lot of me talking. Really, for the month of the month of March, I really haven't talked a lot on here. I've kind of just collected a lot of clips for the month of July. What am I saying? July? The month of March. And it is now April. It's now towards the end of April. It's April 20th, so 420. You know, I don't, but you probably do. I don't know. Don't judge me. Hello. And I just want to say it's been hellish. Like, the past couple weeks have just been a lot of, I feel like, old and past emotions and non-emotions have kind of erupted in my life. That kind of made me think about freshman year of college, and made me think of sophomore year of high school and senior year of high school, and it made me think of all these things. And it was honestly just like straight depression. I've definitely overcome some things through Jesus and through Him working in my life and a lot of stuff. But every now and then, some things will just come up, and it's especially when I've been being unhealthy in my walk with Christ, and it's been when I've been unhealthy on my view of God and who I am. It really isn't because God has done anything differently, or that He's not there, or that He's not present, but that I have again, I've been being unhealthy in my walk with Him. And I came out to this overlook of the Trace with my friend the other day, Katie, and I just started, for the first time in a long time, just kind of laid myself bare before someone. And Katie's the kind of girl that you can do that with, and she's just amazing and phenomenal, and I can't believe I've only known her for a few months, and she's one of my dear friends. And she took me here, and she's like, Beth, I feel like God is like grabbing your face and jolting it back to Him and saying, look at me. I know, but what about this? What about this? What about this? I know, but look at me. And she read to me a chapter out of Psalms, and it's Psalm 73. And basically after everything, after I poured my heart out over all this stuff for the first time in a long time, she just read this. Didn't really give a lot of advice in her own way, but said these things, and it was exactly what I needed to hear. So maybe someone listening to this needs to hear it as well. It's truly God is good to Israel, to those who are pure in heart. But as for me, my feet had almost stumbled, my steps had nearly slipped, for I was envious of the arrogant. And when I saw the prosperity of the wicked, for they have no pangs until death, and their bodies are fat and sleek, and they are not in trouble as others are, and they are not stricken like the rest of mankind, until I went into the sanctuary of God. Then I discerned their end. Truly you set them in slippery places. You make them fall to ruin, and how they are destroyed in a moment. Nevertheless, I'm continually with you, and you hold my right hand. You guide me with your counsel, and afterward you will receive me to glory. Whom have I in heaven but you? And there is nothing on earth that I desire besides you. My flesh and my heart may fail, but God is the strength of my heart and my portion forever. But for me it is good to be near God. I have made the Lord my God my refuge, that I may tell of all your works. And it kind of stemmed from this conversation with Katie. Yeah, just where I was just being honest, and I was just like probably the most honest I've been with someone in a really long time about the sin in my life and about the things that I was believing. And I don't want to be Christianese, but the things that I was believing didn't really be pronounced as lies until I saw what God said about me. You know, like they were very easily believable. They weren't lies before, or I didn't think that. I thought they were very much true because of what I could see in my life. I said, no, that's true. Like, you know, like take for instance, like I am not a good student, so I failed a class and I was doing poorly in school, and school is a constant struggle for me, and I constantly feel insecure when I'm a student at college. And And a lot of college was because I thought that's what the next step was. And honestly, I wanted to get out of my hometown and I wanted to get away. And I thought college was the next step, and college isn't always the next step. I've learned a lot relationship-wise, and I've grown as a person, but if I had to choose again, I don't know if I would have chosen college again. Maybe not as quickly. Maybe I would have taken a couple years off. But that's just me. Like, I have friends that love college and love being students. Not me. Hello. But God is good regardless of my failures and whatever. And I could ramble, but I don't know. I want to encourage anyone out there, like, you can look at other people and you compare your lives to them and say, well, God's hand is on that, and God, is your hand even on my life, because I don't see it right now. And he delights in those who take refuge in him. Faith, even the size of a mustard seed, can move mountains. And I definitely feel like my faith is the size of a literal mustard seed sometimes, and I'm like, that's all I really have. I put my hope in him, and I don't put my hope in other things, but yet it looks like my life is like a pile of crap, and the people that put their hope in other things seem really happy and seem all these things, and God's saying their foundation's a slippery slope. It's gonna crumble, and they're fat one day and without the next, and you're never without. And they indulge and they do all these things. That's the fatness of it. They indulge and they have gluttonous hearts, but stay steadfast as I'm steadfast. And the thing is, I think, just like anything, I'm looking at all this stuff, all of my circumstances, without just really focusing on who God is. That's just me. Anyways, yeah.
Now you're holding me when the sky is falling, when life